Hey everyone, so I just wanted to share with you, it's nothing good, it's nothing bad, but I have got grocery shopping to do, and the Suburban here has been giving us some trouble. So I have to use my husband's vehicle to get to the grocery store. Now we're not very far, but the Suburban's gas line that goes to or from the fuel pump has sprung a leak, and it was kind of patched together from another thing. We didn't want to spend the $300 for a fuel pump, so we've been getting by. So now we kind of got to take it down and fix it, but there's just been a matter of time because he's harvesting and doing things like that right now. So I'm going to take the Dodge, and this old Dodge is quite a beat up old truck, but it runs and it gets me there. Now, you might be able to see a little bit. My old blue Buick is over there, and it still runs and everything, but it's not legal, road legal, to go to the store right now. And it's not worth going to jail or getting into trouble. So it is Friday afternoon. I'm trying to get done what I can so that I can get to the store when he gets home. He mostly drives his work truck, and he can pick up things for me here and there on his way to and from. But to get a whole load of groceries and bring them home isn't real convenient for him. He will do it for me, which was really good while I was having the pregnancy recovery. But my head is much more clear, and I feel better about driving a vehicle now. So I want to go to the store and get out of the house. So I'm just kind of holding off and waiting for him. We have been going longer amounts of time in between getting groceries, and we are wiped out. Like literally for lunch, we had peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and Jell-O. I'm cleaning out the pantry, which I have a tremendous pantry in the basement. We have pallet shelving, and there is a great big section of pallet shelving there that I think it's, I want to say it's 8 feet wide, maybe. Could be longer. Anyways, it's 3 shelves. It's really, really full, and it's 8 feet tall. So, there's a lot of things there, but not stuff to make complete meals. So I am getting ready to head out to go grocery shopping. So as usual, it seems like every Friday for my husband's work, he ends up getting extra deliveries that have to be made, and he ends up getting home late. So I'm not getting to the grocery store when I wanted to. I can go still when he gets home, but especially with this vehicle, he's got it loaded up with materials from the grain bins, and I've never thought it brakes really well, but it's got all added weight, and I just don't want to go out late by myself, and I don't want to take the kids out with me, you know what I mean? So I've just been feeling more secure about going during the day, and just kind of being mindful of our own safety when we're going out. We don't live in a bad neighborhood or anything, but weird things happen all over the country every day. If you see your AOL welcome screen, just from day to day, there's just huge tragedies going on, and I am going to be one less tragedy if possible. So I just try to be more aware of my environment and my situations, and I can go during the day. I can go early in the morning before he has to go to work, or have him pick things up. So I'm going to hold off and go tomorrow, which super stinks because it's supposed to be a crappy weekend, but we're cleaned out and need some comfort food. Hey everyone! So I'm off to the grocery store in my husband's rickety old truck. This is the Dodge D250, and it is a diesel, so it's really loud and it has an exhaust leak. Actually, I think he lost the muffler. Yeah, he had called around, and I guess it was a lot of money for a new muffler, and we'd already replaced some parts on it, but it's such a beat truck made it very hard to get through groceries the first time. But now we're on a 2-week schedule for groceries, and I just take myself so that I have more room in the vehicle and the shopping cart to get the extra week supply of groceries, which, as you can imagine, for a family our size can be quite a feat. I would say I was raised pretty poor. We had a lot of soup and salad meals and breakfast for dinner kind of things, which my kids just love. They love breakfast for dinner. It doesn't matter if it's waffles or pancakes. So I am going to get a supply of that stuff, and hopefully we'll be able to clean out the garage a little bit later today, because we're in kind of a rain spell now. And he could have spent yesterday and today working on my fuel pump, but it's all wet and crappy, and he has parked stuff and the kids have taken over the garage. So my car's been bumped out and I've been parking in the driveway. Not a whole lot has been going on, and I kind of got to get caught up on my filming, because with baby and our naps, we're just kind of doing the same thing every day, and it's either cooking, cleaning, and laundry, you're taking care of baby. So off to the grocery store we are. So this is what 2 weeks worth of groceries looks like for my house. And I did treat myself to some Coke, because I like a Coke every 2 or 3 days. I just have to try to keep Trey out of it. Obviously, toilet paper, things like that are huge, so they take up more space. But we always buy a 10-pound bag of potatoes, because the kids can make a baked potato in the microwave as a snack, and we love fried potatoes in our house. I buy Tide for my husband's work clothes, because that, with a touch of Less Oil or Murphy's Oil Soap, gets all the grease and stuff out of his clothes. Otherwise, we use the homemade laundry soap. And we have to stockpile for 2 weeks worth. So we've got bagels for the freezer, and there's only so much homemade I can do. And we try to always kind of do a prepackaged sort of lunch, or leftovers from the day before. So we always have things like, you know, Cheez-Its, Wheat Thins, graham crackers, lots of fruits and vegetables. My hens all got attacked, so I had to buy eggs this week. They're gone, so I've been having to buy 2 dozen things of eggs. And then this is the unit. This is the beast. He has the floor to those grain bins still in here, so I don't have a lot of space for all these groceries. And a downpour just passed, so I'm super lucky, because half of the stuff's going to have to go in the cab, which obviously not a whole lot of room, and dirty and beat. And I have to get home before the next rain, so I'm loading them up. This is why the door doesn't shut. The side is completely gone. So we're loaded up. Got my bricks. Can't stop for crap. Got a broken windshield. Got a beat up car. But I paid cash for 2 weeks worth of groceries, and most people were looking at me going, what is that lady buying for? So here we are heading home.